What's up, YouTube? Mark Anthony back with Not Your Father's Capital. And today I want to talk a little bit about stablecoins and how we're seeing regulation spread across Washington and how that impacts us as investors in crypto and how it affects our trading on the day-to-day. A lot of rumblings. Legislature has been proposed. Nothing really has been set forth to be actually put into bill, into law that will directly affect us. But the biggest concern in Washington that we need to discuss is actually stablecoins. Okay, so I'm going to get down to my thoughts, but if you have not done so, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, drop your comments down below, and let's get down to it. So as I said, as we approach midterms, legislature and Congress has been working steadily to greatly discuss how this stablecoin crisis that we are seeing, not just in regulation, but as they call regulatory gaps with the digital asset sector in investing. Okay, so always money laundering is at the forefront of these discussions. However, obviously in a period of high inflation, the government wants to make their money back by taxation. So in my opinion, that's where I see regulatory affairs and matters become more evident, is how the government will tax these cryptos. Okay, so at the forefront we have Representative Patrick McHenry, okay, out of North Carolina, obviously a Republican. So this article basically breaks it down as the general consensus in Washington is they don't really care who's in charge of making these decisions. They don't want to necessarily have one left party, one right party taking credit for all these doings. They just want it done. Okay, so Congress just wants stablecoins to be regulated. All right, as we saw earlier with Luna in the year, that depegging, right? So that is greatly a threat as the United States and other countries become heavily incorporated in their financial system, gets deeply integrated with cryptocurrency, because stablecoins are the backbone that drives all trading, right? Whether you do your trading on the Ethereum network, Solana network, Cardano network, whatever, or if you're just a Bitcoin person, it does not matter, because it all falls back to stablecoins, and that is the driving, consistent, conservative approach to trading crypto. All right, so that's what's important to note. And like I said earlier, they just want to see it done. Okay, so everybody's aware of stablecoins. For those of you that are not, the biggest stablecoin is by far USDT. Okay, so USDC is becoming the most popular because of the controversy surrounding USDT, and more government officials, people involved in those heavy discussions and regulatory stablecoin meetings, not believing that USDT has the assets to fall back on if that stablecoin were to collapse. However, USDC is directly, heavily invested in the US dollar. So that is going to be directly correlating, and it's going to be supported with those levels that the US dollar trades at, and basically an equivalent when it comes to being a stable coin or an actual currency in the crypto sector and in the day-to-day sector that we see in normal financial markets when it comes to the US dollar. So those could be held in the same breath. All right, so that's what we want to talk about. And then the stablecoin bill. Okay, so basically the House committee could vote on legislation as soon as next week promoting a stablecoin bill for a 2-year ban on these Terra-like coins. Okay, so what is a Terra-like coin? All right, so this is basically what this article needs to be centered around in this discussion. Is we have too many stablecoins. We have ones that are algorithmic and ones that are not. Okay, so basically we have our USDC, which everybody seems to be involved in when it comes to their personal investing. And then we have the USDT that some people are just caught on as basically that's what they're used to, right? So that's just their default from when they started trading. So this stablecoin bill would basically get rid of the, as they quote here, endogenously collateralized stablecoins. Okay, so that is being something that basically has value that is determined from another digital asset. okay, to keep this price fixed and stable, if you will. Okay, so the one-to-one peg that we saw with Terra UST to the US dollar basically just got wrecked. All right, so it was directly reliant on trading alongside of Luna, and as we saw this crash and we see the controversy and the exile from the creator of that token, it is not going to be something that government officials, Washington, and quite frankly, any other country is going to want to get in bed with moving forward as cryptocurrency becomes integrated into everyday life, everyday finance, and everyday adoption along worldwide. Okay, so this legislation that's coming up is very important to note, and McHenry basically is at the forefront of these discussions, and this is where politics become serious players in how cryptocurrency is going to not so much as an impact as the Fed has when we're seeing effects from inflation and percentage rate hikes, but more so on a level that as the government becomes a force in determining what is what and how we are to carry ourselves as cryptocurrency investors. Moving forward, we will see some basically just stuff we will not be able to do moving forward, and there's nothing we can do about it. And that is kind of the the FI in the DeFi. So ultimately, very hypocritical, but this is something that is going to be basically unavoidable. So we're going to be dealing with this for decades to come as cryptocurrency becomes mass adopted. So like I said, really not anything left or right sided. This is just strictly politics in terms of everything basically being regulated by the government. So it's Republicans, it's Democrats. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal, conservative. There is no color to this argument. It's just more for protection and safekeeping of one's assets, and the government not being responsible for seeing this systemic collapse that we are seeing with our economy right now as inflation and interest rates rise alongside of cryptocurrency going down and these digital assets becoming basically nil. So definitely something that we're going to monitor years and years to come. With anything with legislature, it will take time to even be pushed through, be adopted, be signed, and ultimately implemented into our everyday lives. So let me know your thoughts down below. This will be a topic that will be at the forefront of all discussions moving forward. Love to hear what you guys have to say, and we'll see you on the next one.